Hey everybody, looks like it's working. It's time for another Chris Haye Sim Racing Community event. Tonight we're racing the beloved SEAT Leon TCR at the beautiful Anglesey circuit. Yes, my cough is still with me. Let's see. The circuit itself, let me see if I can pull this thing up. We got about 10 minutes until the driver's meeting. So for some information about what we be doing this evening, let's jump over to the main screen. There's race department. Here's Anglesey circuit. Those who used to watch a lot of Chris Harris on cars, this is the circuit where he had the F40 versus F50 video. That was a fun one. If you remember that, or if you haven't watched it yet, it's still on YouTube. I think it might be on the drive, or maybe it's on his channel. I forget. But yeah, really impressive mod. Gorgeous to look at. They really put a lot of detail into it. Yeah, every little flower in the infield. It's pretty fun. It's got some stuff that's ridiculously hard, which will be interesting to see. But it really is nice. It's a fun track. I did a lot of practice this afternoon, for really the first time. Let's see. So I'm gonna switch back here momentarily, and we'll go to the practice server timing so far. Has been interesting. Let me pull that up. The UK server display has already moved on to the next track. We're gonna be running the BMW 235. Is that the car? At Zandvoort. That should be a fun one. But yeah. So whoops. Oh no, the US timing server is down. Oh, I was gonna show timing, but anyway, this will give you some idea of what the times are gonna look like. I'll make that bigger because it's tiny right now. Oops, that's not the window I wanted to do that in. Well, I hope I didn't screw up the stream. That would figure. So yeah, right around the 128 to 132 range is going to be probably where we're going to see a lot of the race laps. I've been in the 131s once I kind of got my setup dialed in a little bit better. I was doing consistently 131s. So I can't really show the US timing because the server's down. But yeah, I ended up slotting in second, right behind Chuck, on the US server times so far. That ends up being about 5th overall between the two servers. So pretty pleased with that, considering this is like the first or second or third time I've ever driven at Anglesey at all, and certainly the first time I've tried this car. So hopes are high for this one. Should be good. Let's go ahead and close that. We've got the server coming up soon. I've already joined the voice chat channel. Got crew chief up. Assetto Corsa is no longer freaking out. I don't know what it was doing on, I guess it was Monday when it was freaking out, and like every time I quit a session or quit Assetto Corsa, it would just hang and Steam would think that it was still running. That was less than wonderful, because that was the night I was doing like 3 races, or at least 2 races, because I was practicing, and then I did I had to jump back and forth to get the skins loaded and everything, and then every time I had to completely close out Steam. But yeah, so they already have the UK server configured. So yeah, the M235i. This is a really fun car. I only tried this for the first time recently at Brands when I was trying to tune up my my IMSA Street Tuner multi-make class that I'm trying to put together in Assetto Corsa. Still don't have the BOP quite right, but BOP in Assetto Corsa servers is pretty hard to deal with because all you can do is just add ballast and maybe lock down some setup junk. But this is a really fun car. Rear wheel. It drives much like the MX-5, but faster. Really fun to toss around, and Zandvoort will be really interesting. Probably gonna have a lot of spins right in the infield section and trying to get through that chicane. Before you loop out on the front straight. But yeah, that'll be in 2 weeks, I think they said. So they've moved the races to doing the UK's race on Tuesday nights, UK time, and then the US race is on Wednesdays, which is why I'm here. Hey, Gene, what's up? Not much racing going on. Well, here I am. We're about to do some racing. Actually, we're about to do some drivers meeting, and then we're going to do some practice, and then eventually we're going to do some racing. Just because of the way people's schedules work out, the Chris Haye events generally have some pretty long practice sessions at the beginning, and then they do a nice long qualifying, and then the race. And the races aren't quite enduros, but they're certainly more than what SRS throws at you. Oh.
What's happening, Zero?
Ooh. Ack. I'm finding my mute button. That's what's going on.
There you go.
There we go. So, yep. Getting all set up for the drive.
Whatever you got to do, right?
I'll figure out these computer things once, someday.
It's funny you mention that because I'm over here kind of tinkering with a new build. I just got the case in today, so I had it opened and playing with it, just to
nice
figuring out what all it does.
Christmas in May.
I know, right? A friend of mine was wanting to get into PC racing, and one night, I think in jest, he mentioned, "Hey, why don't you sell me one of your rigs and build you another one?" I was like, that's a pretty good idea. So I did.
Nice.
So I figured in that process, I would upgrade.
Yeah, I'm running on the one that I got. I found a local PC shop, and I'm so out of the whole build your own rig now. It's been years since I did anything, so I was like, you guys seem reliable. Your prices are right. Go build me something, please.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I mean, I understand. Years ago, back before the Xbox 360, I did a lot of building, and once the 360 came out, and my boys had that, and that's all I played. I didn't play PC games for probably 10 years, and I just recently got back into it within the past year or so. And computer technology really, really changed in that 10-year span.
Yeah.
Hey, hang on just a second.
Yeah, this is good. This will be a good race. So drivers meeting's coming up. Goodness me. Drivers meeting coming up at 8:40 Eastern, which is about a minute from now. Looked like we had 5 people, I think, confirmed, and then a couple other people showing up maybe. Might not even be too late to jump into this one if you like. If you just gotta join Chris Haye's Discord and go find the event and be in the drivers meeting on time, and that's pretty much all it takes to get in on these.
Well, I know there's more people signed up.
Yeah, the crowd's looking a little thin right now.
No.
It's a shame because I just did some practice earlier, and this is a really fun combo. Hey, there's a man who's going to beat everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool. There's Chuck. So I'm not going to participate in practice tonight. My son and his girlfriend are about to leave, and so I'm going to see him off. He just graduated college, and he's got to go back for some summer things and whatnot.
Good
Back
times.
to where he goes to school. Yeah, so I'm going to see him off and let you guys practice. I'll join sometime in the qualifying stage and be ready to race. I changed the password this time is alpha, all lowercase, spaces obviously. So I will start it real quick. And
Come on now.
you guys go ahead and hop in because it is that time. Don't forget, guys, that it is a small, very small track and close quarters on the start, so careful in that first turn or two.
Yeah, and it takes about a lap for the tires on this thing to warm up, but then when they do, they just instantly start roasting. So it's a little weird.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Gene, thanks for joining. Hey, buddy. I was just telling the guys the password is alpha, lowercase. Feel free to join up. I just started it. So you'll have about 20 minutes of practice, and then it'll go into qualifying. I hope he's got his ears on, but if he pops in, you guys can just let him know the
Well, if he didn't
password is.
if he didn't hear it on Discord chat, he would have heard it on my stream because he's sitting in that chat too.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Well, sweet. I'll be back up with you guys here shortly.
Cool.
Thanks.
There we go. There's a server. Let's see. Make sure the assists are still set properly. Automatic clutch, but no auto blip. Got it. Great. And go. Unfortunately, I won't have my custom skin, but that's okay. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I guess. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? Oh, I put in the wrong password because I'm a genius. Okay, well, let's try this with the correct password. Now we got some people in here. Good times. All right. Here we go. Stream's working. Oh, feeling good. Feeling good about this. This is going to be fun. Which skin did I end up? Well, I got an orange one still. It's not my
I don't know
orange
who
one.
just came in, but if you just get the password for the server is alpha, just let me know.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Lights on. First gear. Off we go. Beautiful Anglesey. Second gear through T1. I guess this is T2. Down this little short straight. Stab of the brake to get turned in for this. Accelerate out. Nice long curving back straight. You're going to be in sixth by the time you get to this little kink, and then hard on the brakes for the sharpest turn I've ever seen. This is ridiculous. Matched with another right. Try not to smash the gas because you'll end up just lighting the tires. Up over a crest. Barely get to fourth. Back down to third. Slow for this little guy. Screwed up that exit. Oh well, too bad. Another long shoot here. hard on the brakes for another hairpin. Come back the other way. Into the middle section here. Slightly less severe turnaround to get onto the finish. And there's a lap. T1 is kind of wicked. You can kind of power through it in third. Get up to fourth by the time you get to T2. And start it all over again. Oop! Carry too much speed and you end up just pushing out to the sand. I don't know what that is, like a water tower or something in the background. I don't know, but it's a good marker to turn in for that. In terms of setup for this car...
15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
Thank you, Jim. Setup for this car is characteristically aggressive for this mod. The brake strength and bias are all wacky because of this car, I guess. I think I have my brake strength at only 84% to prevent the tires from just locking all the time. Not really proving my 131 here very well. See if I can concentrate a little more and
Forget the
actually turn the lap.
You've just done a 134.5.
There we go, that's going a little better. Not the most calm and controlled way to get into that corner. The keyboard tray's getting in the way of my hand. Making all these tight turns. And I have to do better at shuffling the wheel. This car is so touchy with both throttle and brake inputs. You really gotta watch yourself.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. That was 132.7.
Man. This almost feels like it's configured differently from the practice server. Did I forget to actually load my setup? That'd be pretty funny.
Hey, Potato, I guess you got the password for the server?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I only see 4 of you guys in, so I just want to make sure everybody's good to go.
Oh, that's not the break point. I was totally distracted.
You're locking your right rear. This lap won't count, you've cut the track.
Alright, reset the brain.
Let's step out of this one. I just realized I don't have it. Good luck.
quickest overall.
You don't have the track mod. Let me see if I can get a link up.
You've cut the track. They'll delete the lap.
Hang on. I got you, buddy. Let's see, where's that track mod? There we go. Well, just in case, there you go. And in case you change your mind, there's that. It's fun. It's definitely a challenge. There's some really tight spots here. If you want to go ahead and install it, you can just kind of watch a few laps and see where the
10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
just get a feel for where the breakpoints are. If you're familiar with the car, which, you know, I think you were running this earlier in the week, I also posted a setup in the server chat channel on Chris's Discord. So you're certainly welcome to come out. I mean, you know. Not like we're all serious pro sim racers here. There's no money on the line. Alright, fair enough. Cool. I think they might be going back to a 2-week schedule, or at least taking a break next week, because I think I saw the next race being scheduled for the 20-something. But yeah, they'll post the schedule well in advance. You just sign up. There's a Google spreadsheet. You just slap your name on there, and that's as good as registered for the race. Now the setup's coming in. That's good. That is the hardest corner on the circuit, and it's going to be where a lot of people go sliding into the flowers. I don't know if the real circuit is this devoid of markers, but I'm leaving the track line on just to have some kind of landmarks, because the corners just kind of come out of nowhere. Yeah, it's got a lot of, like, it's not Laguna Seca, but there's a lot of really subtle altitude changes, little hills and crests that you jump over. It's an interesting challenge to kind of deal with these little humps and bumps of elevation change. Oh my goodness, need to move that breakpoint back. It's a beautiful circuit.
P3.
If you watch, let me say, the Chris Harris on Cars video, where it has the two, the Ferrari F40 and F50, gives you a good view of the track. It's a beautiful setting. And you get to watch Chris Harris play with two Ferraris, so, you know, whatever. There's just that. Talk about somebody who's kind of won the life lottery. This guy made videos about cars on YouTube, and now he's had a career in journalism. He's on Top Gear, and he's doing Pro-Am racing in Blancpain. Tough life, man. I used to love his YouTube channel. Just all the videos he put up were so neat. Yeah, so stressed. I don't know, because I mean, at least with Top Gear, I gotta imagine that Clarkson and May and Hammond were a tough act to follow. But I mean, when they announced that old guard was leaving Top Gear, I was like, Chris Harris. It's gonna be Chris Harris. And then it was. It was really cool. I really need to buy a mic stand, because my keyboard tray is my mic stand right now.
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
It's literally in the way of my arm when I'm trying to turn the wheel. Having to shuffle the wheel
Just
around.
gone outside of track limits. This
Thank
lap
you,
will be
Jim.
deleted.
No, I'm just clipped to a desk, man. Like, my wheels, my wheel and pedals are a Logitech Driving Force Pro from like 2014, or no, sorry, 2004. It's the one that came out with Gran Turismo 3 on the PlayStation 2. When I discovered sim racing on YouTube, I was like, oh, that looks like fun. Picked up a Assetto Corsa and then hooked up
Yellow flag.
this Logitech wheel to my PC. Discovered that Logitech has up-to-date Windows 10 drivers for this crazy 15-year-old device, so I went ahead and installed it, and off I went. Yeah. So I just plugged right in, and it was like, oh, we're finding drivers for your device. Now it's installed. Go play your game. And it's like, what? That's awesome. I didn't even have to do anything. It just installed. It found the Logitech drivers and was like, there you go. So now I just have the most low-budget ghetto sim setup. So I have the driving force clipped to the desk. Pedals are under the desk. And I don't have a stand for the mic for when I'm doing streams and stuff, so I just pull out the keyboard tray under the wheel and set the mic on it. So now I have to like wave my arms over the tray so I can reach to the wheel.
The lap time was at 1:33.4 P4.
Not really conducive to driving on a place like this where you're constantly sawing back and forth. But such is the price of being cheap, I guess. I haven't spent any money on my setup, but at what cost? There are costs other than money in this approach.
Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
I haven't set up any sort of donation framework or anything like that, but I figure if I ever start taking this channel seriously, I'll probably use the first bundle of proceeds to buy an actual setup for all this, or at least spring for a mic stand and a better wheel and pedals. Oh man. Gotta get a better quality time. Man, everybody's beating me now. Gotta get a quality lap in here. I'll let this guy by though. Oh, and of course he's pitting. So that blew my lap. Alright, let's get a time in here.
That's the end of the session. P4.
Oh, with no pits, that means you don't have to worry about wrecking it on the pit entry like I almost did in Brands Hatch. Twice.
It just means you have to be careful not to get a false start, because then you can't serve a pit penalty. It won't let you.
I didn't think about that. I'm a little scared now.
Yeah, just don't floor it before the light, and you'll be fine. That's what Charles was saying before or sorry, not Charles. Chris was saying before last race. He was like, just make sure for people who are like using clutch and stuff to wait for that light. You know, otherwise you're gonna have a pit penalty that you can't serve, and you'll just get DQ'd.
Oh, that was just practice. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I gotta get a quali lap in. That was still just the practice. All right. Well, good stuff. Sitting here freaking out trying to get a quali lap in and didn't realize it was still just practice.
Nice. Now you have another 20 minutes to freak out. Don't worry.
Good stuff. Oh, great. I have wipers on my push-to-talk button. Content manager loaded an old preset, and now my push-to-talk is mapped to the same button as the wipers.
It's like getting
That
in
was,
buying a new car. And,
132.0.
you hit something and the wipers go off or something.
This is Hurricane Katrina flood-damaged SEAT.
I think I fixed my internet problem. It was the auto-saving replays is what was doing it to me in the last few races.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, must be content manager expects you to have an SSD or something and just hogs up the whole computer.
Also beware, you cannot, the cars in front of you are solid, you cannot pull through them on the pit.
I know, you just rendered me.
Oh, fun. I guess I'll get out of the way now. Alright, let's get some quali in here. Some quality. I'm sure not beating anybody yet. I'm a little worried about that. I'll give the next car a little bit more room. There's only 5 of us out here. There's no point crowding. This mod track is just gorgeous. I mean, it's as beautiful as the real thing, I guess, but what a track to pick to make a mod out of it. I wonder how much of this crazy elevation is accurate. Like how close this is to the real craziness. Let's start getting up to race pace here. It's funny, this track loops back on itself so much, you're constantly seeing other cars driving around that are like half a lap ahead or behind you. My Delta's totally confused because I spent so much time idling around here. Like, how are you going so much faster in this sector? Because I wasn't trying before. I don't know if you can, I think you can see it on the stream. Yeah, in the bottom left where the pedal input is. This car is so touchy. Like, I hit the brakes full there, but the brake power is down to 84% to keep them from locking. And if you're in first or second and nail the gas, the tires just light up. So you have to really modulate the throttle there.
That was at 132.4 P2.
That ain't good for nothing. Not in this crowd. Gotta get back into the 131s if I want to compete.
Watch out.
Oh, 128, really?
That's not exactly the preferred line into that corner. It was still faster, but I need to have tires for more than one lap.
Minutes left. Your right front tyre is hot. Right front is hot.
Right front is hot. That's news. Maybe I'll boost the pressure on that too. Right front's colder than the left. Jim, what are you drinking? Yeah, random call sign was saying that you had fallen off the wagon, Jim. I'm a little worried about you now.
Your rears a lot. P2, you've just done a 131.4.
I was worried for a while about having to knock down the brake power even more because I kept getting the wheel lock warnings. Then I figured out this car, like many other front wheel drive cars on slick tires, is lifting the inside rear wheel right off the ground. And so when you hit the brakes, of course, it locks the wheel. And Jim goes, "Hey, the wheel's locked. Better watch out for that." Well, Jim, it's in the air. That's why it's locking up.
Temperatures are okay.
It's not usually an issue for me, but I don't know if it's my seating position or just this circuit being so twisty and full of hairpins, but my keyboard tray is just absolutely dead in the way when I'm trying to drive now. I think I might have to adjust the chair. Or maybe I can just get my act together and drive. That might be.
Your lap time was 131.7.
Oh, 131.
Nice.
Took the crown away from Chuck. Oh my goodness, 130.
It's the fastest lap I've done.
Excellent. Hey, what happened? There was another guy on here, Jamie something?
I think he said he didn't have the track.
Oh.
See, they miss you already,
I'm gonna
Gene.
look at setting up the server with Content Manager, and because I know my personal server, I've got it set to where if you don't have the mod, you can download it as long as you got CM.
Yeah, with Content Manager, you just hit the little search icon.
Yeah, well, you can search, or
that was
if
too late.
the server's set up, that's this way. If the host is hosting the files,
That last lap was
I
at
see.
132.2
it auto
P3.
sucks it down for you without even searching. But we CJ and I are using this hosted server thing, so I don't know if it'll work with that or not.
You have to be so light on the throttle in this car. It's crazy. The tires just... I'm really starting to like this track. I mean, I've only tried it a couple of times. But the experiences have been good ones. It's just so pretty.
You got 10 minutes left. 10 minutes to go. Yellow flag. Watch out.
You're just constantly on the edge of grip. Plus I had to soften up everything to deal with all the bumps and humps and crests and stuff. I think I practiced for about an hour and a half earlier. So I understand if you don't want to just jump right into this thing. Won't stop me from giving you a hard time about it, though. There we go. Come on now.
Yellow flag. You've just done a 131.5 P4.
P4? Jeez.
You know it's bad when I drift around the tight chicane and gain 0.5 seconds.
That's awesome.
Like I hit the brakes way too late coming up after the straight, and I just went sideways around the barrels, and I ended up gaining time. And I'm like, that can't be good. Like, how is that?
A rally style e-brake 90 is probably the easiest way to take that corner.
locking.
Just a perfect time to get a text message.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. Your lap time was at 1:32.3.
Oh, that's not the breaking point. Look at the speed I'm carrying out here now. I actually made up some time there. That's crazy. Lost half a second trying to get around that corner. This is... I think I practiced too much, you know? Now I'm getting sloppy. Like, my brain's tired. And now I can't get back to the times I was getting earlier.
That lap was at 1:32.7. That's 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes.
Dang it! Screwed up the exit of that, and now I'm gonna lose time all the way down this chute. Got on the gas too early there and just spun the tires instead of going somewhere. These cars. I swear the previous version of this car was easier to drive. You're talking about, oh, well, you know, it's as a result of testing with real-world TCR drivers. I'm like, I hope not, because, man, if this is what those guys are dealing with on the track.
Your lap time was 1:32.4.
I'm messing up the exit of that one corner. And it makes such a difference on that wide open sweeper. It's like losing entry to a straight. I'm trying to take too much speed through the second corner of the chicane too. Man.
Oh my gosh.
Yellow flag, caution. Your last lap time was at 132.0. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Man, screwed it up again. I've got to get that kink right.
Yeah, I'm glad I had a lot more practice on this track from the UK server. I set a new PB already in quality.
Nice.
This track sucks.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Oh, it's a pain in the ass, but there's only like 3 overtaking points, and most of them are just corner diving.
Yeah, we're gonna have an American track here pretty soon.
Also, only left turns, right?
Oh gosh, no.
Come
Like
on,
Road
man, watch
Atlanta.
them track limits. This lap won't count.
Nice.
I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, we looked at doing Sebring, but there's only 2 Sebring mods out there. One is a rip from the Reboot guys. It's the best one. The other one is that they run on the other, because it's a, I guess it's a
Yellow
legit
flag,
mod or
watch
whatever.
out.
It's bumpy as I'll get out. Nobody likes it, so I think we're gonna do Road Atlanta or maybe Watkins Glen, something that's non-European.
Didn't those Reboot guys get like in big trouble recently for copyright issues or something?
Yeah, well, they got their site taken down.
Yeah, I grabbed everything I could before it went down.
Yep,
So I'm
me
happy.
too. Yeah, I already had quite a bit of everything, but there's a GT Planet's got a forum that a bunch of those guys posted it, linked everything to download. So yeah, I mean, I got some good stuff. I mean, I don't understand that whole business anyway, personally, but
Checker flags out. P4.
I never
I just
did
know that their
improve.
Sebring is way, way, way better than the traditional one that everybody uses.
So that means you're gonna have to share it.
Oh, gladly. I can't do it in the forum. Or in the Discord, whatever you call it.
If I happen to crash and absolutely DC, it might just be because I have to deal with sibling issues because I'm watching them. Just an FYI, but at least I made it to this race.
Exactly, there you go. You said sibling issues? You got little brothers and sisters?
Oh yeah, I'm one of 7.
Holy moly.
You've just done a 132.7. That's the end of the session.
Look at
P4.
that, no connection problems, guys. I don't have to start a lap down.
Good job.
Did I even get within a second of my practice server time? I don't even know. The car yeah, I guess I did. The car just feels so different. I don't know what, I think it's just problem exists between wheel and chair.
Yeah, Pepcat Bear. Alright guys, just remember that first corner. It's or the first few corners, because we're going to be tight, so give each other a little bit of room.
And the tires do take about half a lap to warm up.
Yeah, that is true.
And don't jump start, otherwise you'll get DQ'd.
That is true as well. I changed it to, gosh, what is the setting? It should lock your controls.
30 laps.
I changed
P4.
it to where
That lap was at
it won't put you in the pits.
132.7.
That's right. That's what Chris said he did.
But I don't know if it will lock everybody or just the person that would stink if you're behind somebody, but we shall see.
Watch for the
Just realized
lights.
I never practice started this car, so first time.
I guess if we can't pit, we can't repair damage either, huh? Here we go. 30 laps at Anglesey.
I gotta hit the button.
Go.
Oh, Snapdragon.
Left side. Still there.
Thank you, Claire.
Hold your line.
Oh, I'm already going to be behind. That's too funny.
Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left. On your left. Clear left.
Little cheeky move up the inside there, not gonna work out. I'm just gonna concede that. You can hear my wheel whining behind the microphone. Oh, that's not the break point. Hello. That was not an intentional dive bomb, I just messed up. Well, this is off to a great start.
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 1.7 seconds.
I don't think this is a just wait for somebody to bin it situation.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
I can't see.
Right side. Clear right.
Coming around that right, I have to cram my hand between the wheel and the keyboard tray to shift up. This is such a ghetto setup. That's it. This weekend I'm buying a mic stand. I'm gonna treat myself.
You've just done a 131.8 P3. You're the man. Stay on it.
Thanks, Jim.
The gap behind is now 0.7.
Need to slow down more for the second of those turns. This is a really hard track. But it's so pretty and it's kind of fun. It's just really hard. At least I'm back down on the 131s. That's refreshing. Basically hoping to not bin it myself. And wait for everybody else to kind of fall off.
Fastest lap. This is good. Keep banging out them lap times. That was a 131.7.
I love how crew chief says, keep banging out them lap times, but then he also has a sounder that says, don't worry about the lap times. Hit your apexes. Like, which is it, Jim? Make up your mind. They're sending me mixed signals, man. I'm so confused. Everybody's trying a different line through that corner. Messed that up.
You're locking your right rear.
No, I'm lifting my right rear, Jim. I've autocrossed a Golf enough to know that in that situation, I'm lifting a leg and peeing on a cone. Not, It's real easy to lock a wheel when the ground isn't there to provide resistance.
That's the fastest lap.
That's my fastest lap. I ain't beating Chuck anytime soon. This is really hard. Oh, man. I'll need a shower after this one for sure. I'm really enjoying the track, but it's definitely a challenge. And on the one hand, it's like, it's too bad that
That's the fastest lap of the race. That was 131.4 P3.
it's too bad that we don't have enough of a crowd to mix it up a little more, but at the same time, like, where would you pass? Like they were saying earlier, where would you pass on this course? This is
You're gaining on the guy in front. The gap is 0.5.
off he goes.
Yellow flag. Caution.
Rip.
Clear right.
And now my one and only task is to not bin it. Keep up the 131s and don't bin it. For like 27 more laps or whatever it is. Oh, 23 more laps, great.
That lap time was 131.5 P2.
Whoopsie.
Good consistency. Keep them coming.
I don't know, I normally kind of hate tracks like this. You know, lots of hairpins and blind corners, like
The gap behind has now decreased to 0.7.
places like, oopsie. Oh, my turn to run wide here. Fortunately, I got back to the middle of the track and it couldn't pass me. But like, Vallelunga GP and like Magione and stuff, where it's like it's all
We're seeing lots of left rear locking.
long straightaways leading to hairpins, and that's like the only feature of the whole track. It's long straightaways and hairpins, and it gets so boring. But this doesn't. Even though this is a lot of long straightaways and hairpins, you've got the elevation changes, you've got other kinds of stuff going on at the same time. You got some really interesting sort of complexes of corners.
That lap was a 132.3.
Like this little thing at the end of the straight here. That's a fun one.
Yellow flag.
Like they, and then this kink leading onto not a back straight, but a back like sweep. And this whole time stuff is changing. The little elevation changes and crests and bumps, and the radius is constantly shifting, and you're like, there's the Dorifto entry. Only the best strats. Michael behind me is being very patient, looking for a passing opportunity that may or may not come.
That's the fastest lap. That lap time was 131.2.
Just, out of the corner of my eye, I'm just seeing the delta gauge go completely insane as I gain time and then immediately lose it again. Like, over an entire lap, I can be consistent, but like in any given corner, I just struggle to find the lines. I do not have an aggressive force feedback on this 15-year-old driving wheel, but my arms are getting tired. Maybe that's from the hour practice or 2 hours practice or whatever that I had earlier today, trying to prepare for this.
That lap was a 131.6. P2.
Oh, bollocks. Ah, I knew that would happen.
Couldn't tell who that was. Half a second somewhere. I don't even know. Like, I glance up at the delta. It's like, where did I lose all that time? I just gotta ignore Michael. Hit my marks, such as they are. Oh, he's going for it.
Car left. Still there.
It's gonna push me right off the track.
That last lap was a 132.5 P3. Keep digging. Yellow flag.
Welp.
Caution.
On your right. Clear right.
Rip. You can't be that aggressive on this course. It's just so unforgiving. It was a good move, but then tried to escape in the next corner. And, I mean, anytime you try to nail the gas and get away in this car, you just light up the tires, and then you have no control over anything. You know, I bet the Euro Cup version of this car would have been better for this track. Because the physics on that, the driving characteristics of it, are much easier to handle than this thing. God, I lost a second in that battle. And the resulting crash avoidance.
You're pulling away. The gap behind is now 10 seconds. You've just done a 132.2 P2. Keep it coming, man. This is great.
I'm trying to do this without roasting my tires. Oh, I finally didn't screw up the kink. Wow. Mark that lap in the lap chart as the good one. Through the bus stop. I don't know what that corner is actually called. And whoever made this mod did not put the corner names in. Sure would be nice to break into the 130s, but I'll be happy with just not binning it. This is like an enduro compared to, you know, you get so spoiled in sim racing systems. Like, every race is 20 minutes. And then you join something like this, like, oh, this is going to be like 45 minutes.
Fastest lap. You've just done a 131.2.
Oh, come on, that's not the break point, dummy. Oh, man. I'm trying to imagine, like, a field of 20 trying to do this. It's like, no, that's not gonna work. Whoopsie. Where's the corner? Like, I've aggressively tuned the setup on this thing to try and avoid brake lock and just that sort of wacky washout wandering that you get under heavy braking, and yet, even with all that, it'll still occasionally just lock all four wheels and try to kill you.
You're locking your rears a lot.
Yeah, Jim. But yeah, I think maybe the Euro Cup would have been better on this. Oh, God. Hope that's... I almost smashed into that thing. I don't
You've
even know
just
what
done
it is.
a 131.8.
How am I doing for fuel? I'm fine. Like, logically, I could go to first here, but then I just light up the tires on exit. I already do in second. Whoa! These tires. I never know when I can brake for that. Like, sometimes I feel like I've braked too early and could have carried more speed in, but other times I brake too late and end up sliding into the corner. It's really hard to be consistent in this car. Let's lighten up the tires again. If you've got the steering wheel turned, you can even light up the front tires in fourth, because you start losing grip. I forget what car they were reviewing, but there was a great car and driver review years and years ago. It was probably for the Miata. But they were talking about how this, whatever car it was, provides you the unique experience that's possible only when the steering tires are not the driving tires.
Alright, coming up the left field, I'll try and do it when it's safe.
We're halfway home. Fuel looks okay.
Yeah, I'll just do it on the next street, don't worry about it.
Well, we're past halfway. Come on, stop. This is so hard. That's what she said.
The gap behind is now 13 seconds.
I think that's bigger? Sure would love a 130 point something. I think I can brake later in there and turn later too. I totally messed it up that lap.
That lap time was 131.7.
This car is so touchy about throttle input while turning. It'll just, I don't know. And it has no diff adjustment. Like, oh, I'll just turn the diff lock down. No, you can't do that. Yeah, I think the Euro Cup version of this car would have been better. It's much easier to drive.
We've been warned about track limits.
What do you guys think about Road Atlanta and the Z7R?
Actually, I practiced in that, so I'm down.
And that would be a nice track to prove that all American tracks don't go in left turns. Never who said that.
That thing's almost flat through the S's too. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. The track is only about 4 hours from me. I've been there numerous times. It's
Second, not
great
third,
fun
dummy.
Saturday.
Road America used to be my home track, and now it's called.
Oh yeah, I'm actually going to the race this year in Road America.
I got a buddy that goes every year. I see him.
Nice.
I can't reach my push to talk button. God, I lost a second and
My
a half.
next list, that will be 3 that I've knocked out. My next on my list will be Sebring. Really want to go to there. 24-hour.
Go for the whole weekend.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing at Road America. I've got a friend coming from Nebraska who's going up with another buddy with a camper. So I'm flying up.
That was a 132.8.
I'll get there on Friday morning instead of Sunday afternoon. Get most of the race in Sunday before I head back. It's beautiful up there, I'm sure. Big, huge track.
GG, boys. My car is stuck on the rail.
How'd you do that?
Coming out of T1. And apparently I got a penalty for going back to the pits. Well,
Penalty
lots
for
of
going
rear
back to the
lock-in.
pit?
no, like I got stuck up over on the rail, and
Yeah.
then I guess I tried to move, and it was like, nope, you can't go anywhere.
Is it letting you out of the pits to get back on the track? Yeah, it looks like it is. You're right behind me.
I almost rolled the car earlier in T1.
The gap behind is now 12 seconds. Your last lap time was at 131.6.
Well, it's another warm lapping session. As long as I don't smash it into a wall. Bringing home the podium. I'll take it. You know, like that. I need to stop jinxing myself.
At least I got fresh tires.
That's a bonus.
You're locking your left rear.
I'm locking my left brain. Oh, nice stutter. Thanks, game. Alright.
Yeah, that's not good. Whoa, whoa. Chris, go off-road.
Ah, totally screwed that turn up again. 1.6 seconds. I'm losing to myself.
132.8.
Where did I lose all that time? Well, that's not gonna help. This is just atrocious. I'm already a second down on myself. I don't feel like I'm doing anything different. I'm just messing up somehow. Slower out of every sector. Let's get back in the game here.
Your lap time was 132.5.
Yep, that's not gonna do it. Good lord.
Come on, track limits. Keep it between the lines.
And I'm... What is going on with this thing? Car just doesn't go anywhere. I'm now 2 seconds off my own pace from earlier in the race. All right. This is the lap. I'm 3/10 down after T2. What in the world is wrong with this thing? Is it me? No, I'd wager it's partly the car since I can't freaking...
We're seeing lots of left rear locking.
Come on. I think this race has gone on about 5 laps too many. Well, I mean, they're at 98%. You wouldn't expect them to fall off a cliff with 2% wear. And they're not that hot. They're just trash. And like, you know, some laps I'll go into that corner and I'm braking too early, and other laps I'll just... What? And now my car just won't turn.
The stewards have warned us for
It just
cutting the
didn't turn.
track. Keep it between the white lines.
So my car just didn't turn. That's fun. There goes second. With 6 laps to go, there goes second place. I'm in the wrong gear. All right. It won't stop. It won't turn. It's just trash, and the tires are 2% down. It's not like they're chewed off. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me getting tired, or I don't know. I'm prepared to believe I'm part of the problem. Certainly.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
That's frustrating.
P3.
Because I had second place locked up. And I just threw it away. I'm half a second down after 2 corners. I can't go any faster, or it'll just slide off the track. This is bizarre. Should I have taken hard tires? I'm on the mediums, but I mean, come on. I did a 40-minute race at Spa on mediums.
The gap in front has increased to 9.8 seconds.
I'm 2 seconds down on my own pace. And I dare not push faster. Because the car won't do it.
That lap was at 133.4.
My tires are showing 2% wear and they're absolute trash.
My fronts are in the yellow. I don't know what that is. Like 96 maybe.
I'm 2 seconds off my own pace now. And if I try to push it any harder, I'll just bin it. Again. It's just... It's undrivable now. It's ridiculous. It's a completely different car.
I'm still showing in the 80s and the 90s. And
Well, if I can just survive for 3 more laps, I guess I'll bring home third. It's really frustrating. 'Cause I had second completely locked up and then just slid straight off the track for no reason. Kind of like that. Jeez. I can't even... The tire model on this makes no sense.
We're seeing lots of rear locking.
And then it doesn't turn.
Watch the track limits. We'll get a penalty if we don't.
To come to a complete stop now. And of course, if I go to first and then try to accelerate, the tires just light up. This is a completely different car from the one that started the race. The one that started was capable. This is junk.
The gap in front is now 14 seconds. Your left front is hot.
Oh good, I've only lost 1.2 seconds this lap. I can't turn.
Your left rear. We estimate 4 laps fuel remaining. That was 132.7.
I can't turn the car. It's just weird.
Your tyre temperatures look good.
Then they should act like it. Jeez.
Blue flag.
Blue flag. He's about to finish. Well, Chuck didn't lap me. Objective achieved.
We estimate 3 laps of fuel left. Your lap time was at 132.4.
I have no front tires left.
P3.
job, everybody.
You're locking your rears a lot.
I thought I was going to be able to catch you, but I guess not. I didn't realize I was a lap down.
Oh.
Not
Oh,
from you.
I thought you were just right behind me.
I was, but then I passed you going into T1.
So why did I finish ahead of you?
2 litres remaining.
Obviously, you were a lap ahead of me.
Great drive. That's a podium.
Oh, that's weird.
I was the last one on the lead lap.
Who was?
I was. So, 0 bandwidth. So,
The only
with,
person that passed me was Chuck.
so with 6 laps to go, I had a 13-second interval back to third and went into T1, and the car just didn't turn. Just went straight into the tires.
Yeah, I saw that coming across the finish line. The car come across the start line. I just saw you just go straight.
Yeah, it was like I hit the brakes and turned the wheel like I had done 23 other times, and the car just said nope.
Alright, doesn't matter. I would have caught you anyway.
Glad nobody saw. I think it was lap 28. I wasn't paying attention, and that really fast right-hander before the chicane. I just didn't turn for it, and I must have gone like 30 feet in the air.
Once the replay of the UK race comes out, you'll see me flying across the track during one of the. And by
Same.
flying, I mean like getting air and just zooming in front of people. It's terrible.
Nice.
Same place.
Nice.
Yeah, well, it was super tight on the main straight. We were 3 deep, and someone braked right in front of me and like swerved hard left and just went way wide and crossed over that chicane.
Nice. Well, fortunately, I moved up to number 2 in the leaderboards.
Yeah, well done, well done.
That was, I think, on one of the first few laps. That was me. I just lost it into the chicanes, I think.
It's no matter how many first or 20th lap, it's a tough track.
Yeah.
It is. Well, I'm going to pass along the Road Atlanta idea. We need an American track.
I don't think I've actually tried the Road Atlanta mod. I like the Road America one. That's super fun.
Yeah, it's good too. It's Road Atlanta, I think, is Lilski, maybe, or maybe him and another guy.
Yeah, I think he did like half the work on it, so it's bound to be good. The 2018 version, I think it is.
Yeah, no doubt.
The new CTMP is spectacular too. Mosport.
I'm gonna check that out.
Oh yeah.
I think Chris did a video of it a while back. I mean, I did too, but Chris's is better.
Hey, when you guys are racing, do you have, like, is Discord just in the background, or do you guys have a window on?
Oh, mine's is just in the background.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
background
Same.
monitor.
All right, so
I do have 2 monitors, but when I move my, because I have mine on a swivel arm that moves to my rig, and so I can't see the other one.
oh, here we go.
What was the stuff you guys were talking about earlier with that some website went down, you downloaded everything?
Oh, it was called something Reboot, AC Reboot. The name of it.
Reboot AC or AC Reboot.
And what,
It
what
was
was
a-
everything you grabbed?
It was a bunch of mods that they were. Word has it that it was a bunch of ripped off mods. Maybe
Oh.
other people had done, but
Yeah, all the mods in there were just like reworks from like R Factor 1 tracks to AC, and that was fine. The real problem was their version of Bathurst was ripped from Forza 7, and Forza didn't like that, so we lost our only laser scan version of Bathurst because of that.
Oops.
well, I have it. But I'll admit, from what I saw, everything looked really good.
So it needs to be passed around in secret.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mailing USB sticks around the world.
No, just DMs.
Yeah, that's what like Google Drive is for.
Ah, exactly.
Or Mega or whatever, you know. It's hysterical. I beat my PR like 3 times, obviously by margins, but by 3 times in this race. So I was really happy to get another shot at.
I'm glad we were all able to join up. It looks like next 2 weeks from now is going to be What did he post in there today?
It's BMWs at
That's,
Zandvoort.
Yeah, BMW there. I will not be here. I will be on vacation. So CJ and I are going to work out a solution to start our server up on the American side. There's 5 hours, so I don't know if one of those guys will be able to do it, or I may ask for volunteers.
I could probably do it if I'm around and life doesn't throw another pile of poop on me. I can probably host it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I mentioned something. I don't know what their thoughts. I mean, I've raced with you guys enough. Probably one of you guys start the server, because really all it needs to be done is a password added and then started. So it's not really all that difficult. So I could have CJ, since he knows how to get to do the config. I can have him do that, and then at race time you can start it. And I can show you how. It's really simple.
It's actually hosted on a separate server, not just on your PC.
Yes. Yeah. I've got a personal server that I run, that I make whatever changes I want to with it, and I run whatever. Then this one is actually hosted in a server farm somewhere out in Kansas.
That's cool.
And that's what we use as a community side. So, all right, gentlemen, y'all have a good night. Unlock this thing real quick. Well, no, I'm not even gonna monkey with it. I'm just gonna let it run, and I'll change it over to the new content in the morning.
Very nice. So
Good
it's the
times.
next one's going to be 2 weeks from now?
Yes, it'll be on the 22nd of May.
Okay, so back to bi-weekly.
Yeah, CJ tried the single week, or every week. He wanted to try that, and we didn't. Hardly nobody showed up for both the UK race and the US race. So he's like, okay, let's just go back to the bye week.
It could have been the track combo though.
Yeah, very much so. And I think personally, once we start, if we can get some, because everything we've raced has been European, both in cars and in tracks, it feels like. And I think if we can get some American stuff going, we might get some more guys that show up.
It's still a small community though.
Well, yeah, true. Well, we got 1,000, but
it's funny with this.
May not ever be right.
With this car too, like the TCR Leon has been a popular mod for like a year at least, but like this latest version of it handles totally differently from the previous one. Like it's so touchy and the setups are so weird.
Wow.
Like I don't know what they did in this release, but like you know the brake power, you have to put it at 84% or else you just lock up all the time, and brake bias all the way to like 80 or whatever.
CJ had mentioned that they got feedback from like real drivers on it, and that's why they tweaked it. So they made it, quote unquote, more realistic. But apparently, more realism is not as fun.
It probably is more realistic, but in the real car, you don't have a little, weak spring potentiometer brake. They got a real brake. So I think that's what the problem. Because iRacing has that problem with a lot of cars. They'll do it on real data, but the brakes are horrible because. It's expecting a proper hydraulic setup.
All right, take it easy, guys. Have a good night.
See ya.
Thanks,
Night, everybody.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, well, that's that from Anglesey. That was I'm so frustrated about losing second place. That was nuts. I kind of want to watch that replay just to see what in the world, like what happened there. Like I can't figure it out. Like it doesn't make sense in my brain. So let's take a look. Let's go back to here. I don't know what this thing's problem was, but I mean the tires were at 97% condition, but they were just trash. Like it was just trash. I couldn't do anything with the car. And, you know, I wouldn't expect 3% tire wear to do that. I don't know. Like, I've seen races where people on, you know, like iRacing, it's like, oh, my tires were at 30%. And they were fine. So it just doesn't make sense. Let's go to, where's, oh, the lap that has this, like, giant gap in the middle. It's coming down the track. Oh, you know what it was? Classic Assetto Corsa. I dared to touch a blade of grass. You could hear it. Yep, there it is. How dare I break a precious flower on the side of the circuit, and that was it. Bloop! That was it. Yep. I hung the tire out on the grass, and that was it. There's no traction. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if this surface is actually like frictionless on the mod. But that was it. Okay, well, mystery solved very quickly, I guess. I just took it just an inch wider than I had before and didn't get back on the tarmac in time. There it is. This poor, precious flower. Look at that. That one right there. This precious flower. And the Assetto Corsa gods saw fit to punish me for my transgression against this poor, innocent flower. And that was it. Smashed right into the tires. Well, there you go. Life. And I just grabbed Hella Corsa. Gosh darn it. Where does this go? Right here. Okay. Pin. Darn it. Why aren't these pinned? It was just Hella Corsa that wasn't pinned. Great. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, that was really frustrating because I just threw away second place. Oh well. Anyway. That's that. Thanks for hanging on to the end here. If you like it. I see a couple of likes already. Wow. Hey. People like my things. Yeah, so they were just saying the next Chris Haye race will be the BMW 235i at Zandvoort. That'll be fun. I don't know what the next thing I'll do is. There was some talk on the SRS Discord that I might do a skin, like a livery tutorial sometime soon. Had a fun idea for that, so I might go do that sometime. Yeah, it was fun. The trading places was basically, well, yeah, he got me a couple of times and then binned it. Like, it was one of those things where it was like he carried so much speed in, he got past me and then got to the next corner and binned it, and I went right back to the other place. And then yeah, I just showed the replay. I figured out why I crashed with 6 laps to go. I dared to break a blade of grass with my tire, and that was it. It just tossed me off the track because I just dipped one tire into the grass and had no brakes after that. It just straight on into the tires. So mystery solved there. Yeah, it was fun until it was work. Like, it's just a chore getting the car to go around the course at the end. Yeah, my tires were at 97% and they were just junk. They had no grip. So, I don't know. It was still interesting, still a fun race. Congrats on another win. And, yeah, it was weird. Like, the tire wear model on this car, like, as soon as you have any wear at all, they're just done. Like, I was seriously thinking about coming in for tires, but then I remembered that you can't come in for anything on this mod yet. But yeah, it was fun. The early race in particular, I almost kind of sort of kept up, and then once I got in second, I was holding on to it, and then binned it, and that was it. So frustrating. Oh well, that's the race. All right, but yeah, that's about it. That's about it for now. I think I'll go pass out and shower in the morning, and or I don't know, whatever. That was work. That was a workout, even with, you know, busted old wheel at 25% force feedback. That was a workout. So yeah, I'm about done. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.